Hey everybody, welcome to the Tom Parsley channel. I'm Tom, and just like parsley, we get into a little bit of everything. So what are we going to get into today? We're going to do another tour of the old homestead and the gardens. It's been a couple of weeks. Let's see how things are progressing here, see what things are growing, see what projects I got accomplished. Big spoiler ahead. And let's see what's growing. So let's turn you around and we'll start at the back and kind of go around and end at the old vegetable garden. And the fertilizer eater is with me out here. Here she is. Stop eating fertilizer. I keep putting it down and she keeps digging it up and eating it. Gross. Okay, hold on. So the rain stopped for a little while. Give you a little background. This is Memorial Day weekend. Still got a hat, still got a jacket on. It's cold out, rainy, but we need the rain. So the rain is good. We're okay with the rain. It's supposed to rain a little bit more. Bird just landed over there. It's supposed to rain a little bit more tomorrow, so the rain is good. I got to mow the lawn too. Okay, let me turn you around here. So this is the back rose garden over here. We've got lemon balm growing over here. This grows wild here. I planted it once and now it's growing everywhere. Lemon balm. Oh, it smells like lemons. We got this wild rose. It was supposed to be a white John F. Kennedy rose, but the top part died. And the rootstock is growing, and I forgot what color it is, so I figured I'd just let it grow. And we've got some wildflower seeds that I planted back there are growing. We got my peonies, or is it peonies? Do you pronounce it peony or peony? I say peony. We got peonies growing over here. They're going to bloom. We got a red, I think that's red, white, and I believe this is a pink color over here. Daffodils are still kind of sending energy back down to the roots. We got the roses, and notice I circled the roses because I got a freaking bunny and he's living right down there. And I just saw him. He was about like this big, very cute, but he's eating my roses because the deer aren't coming in. And I noticed that this rose, see, is not alive anymore. He's been eating it. Not eating this one, not eating that one, just wanted to eat that one and that one. So I put a little cage around it to keep the rabbits out. Got another one growing back there. Mugwort everywhere. We got my mom's irises from when she had a garden back in our home where we were before I moved here when I was a little kid. So these are her purple irises. They're really pretty and they smell. They do smell kind of like Concord grape juice. Look, here, you want to smell? She doesn't care. Over here we got high bush cranberry, which is actually a viburnum. Down in here, we've got Joe P weed, or is it Joe Pye weed? How do you pronounce it? Joe Pye weed or Joe P weed? It's Joe, Joepye weed. It's a native plant, so that's good. Needs a lot of water though. And then over here, I got to watch where I'm walking because I didn't do a poop patrol. We've got some milkweed growing in here, which got knocked over by the rain, but that's milkweed right there. And right over here, I planted that last year and it's been growing back. I got to make sure I water it so it does bloom because I want to try to establish milkweed over here, which is good to bring the monarch butterflies. And we have our mayapple over here. Let me just back out of the tree here. Mayapple in there. It did already bloom and it's just starting to make fruit. So if you look here, there's a fruit right there. It already bloomed and it's starting to make the fruits. And box turtles love mayapple. So I'm hoping we get some box turtles in here. And I'm glad this patch is growing because I planted it a while ago and from one plant and it's spread out pretty well over here. So we've got an old pine stump over here that is growing something. I'm not going to try it because the old saying goes, everything's edible once. Let's see what we got over here. My dogwood. This isn't the dogwood that's dead. This is just a vine that I cut, invasive bittersweet that I cut. But this dogwood, I don't think is going to make it. I think I'm going to have to cut it down because it's looking a little sickly and it's only that one branch that's alive. The rest of this is dead. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to just cut it down and replant it. Still got to yank out all of this English ivy. I do have some lily of the valley growing. That's that white flower in the back over there. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. There it is right there. That lily of the valley actually came from my aunt. So thank you, Aunt Mary. She had a beautiful thick patch of lily of the valley, and I got some from her, and it's growing. So that's good. So we've got some Dicentra, bleeding heart, blooming back over there. Let me zoom in so you can see it. That kind of pink and white. That's a native plant called bleeding heart right there. And then right over here is my pawpaw that I grew last year. That is leafing out and growing. Where are the leaves? It's a little hard to see. I don't want to go in there, but the leaves are right there. So that is alive. So a pawpaw, P-A-W, is a native tropical tree. It's native to North America. It grows really well down in the, I think the Ozarks, but it does grow here. So it's going to take a couple of years to get to the point where it's going to produce fruit, but keep your fingers crossed, hopefully it will produce fruit. And over here was the big job that I did. I pulled out, I had a invasive, it was either a Russian olive or an autumn olive, I don't remember, but I pulled it out, and I still got to clean all of these other weeds out of here. And back there, I planted a native witch hazel. Let me zoom in so you can see it. Right there, that is witch hazel, and that is pokeweed that is growing right in front of it. I have to pull that out. And right in front of that is English ivy that I have to pull out. So there's a lot of weeds in here, but I'm glad that the witch hazel is growing and growing well. So that is, witch hazel blooms, this particular species, it's native to here. It blooms in September, October, late fall. And I could use the branches to look for water, because that's what it was used for, dowsing. Hold on, I got a cough. All right, and then over here, I finished coughing. We got a smoke tree, which is not native, but it's pretty. When it flowers, it looks like there's smoke, but there's a whole bunch of bittersweet vine growing over these old sheds. I got to get rid of all these sheds, clean them out, because I don't think I'm keeping the pool. The pool needs a liner, and I think we don't use it, so I'm just gonna axe the pool and get some grass growing. So we got our vegetable garden over here. I'll come back to this in a minute. We have our raised beds over here. So let's take a look at the raised beds. So the raised beds is doing really well. So the furthest one only has cucumber so far I planted, and I have to weed it. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute. And then this bed over here is almost 100% planted. Weeds are coming up, but we'll go through what germinated, what's growing, and what's happening. So I still have to clear this whole area out. There's a lot of weed trees I got to pull out that'll give a lot more sun to this area. So that's the next big job, is clear all that out. But I got this filled up with dirt. I got cucumbers growing, pickling cucumbers growing all over here. So that's going to be good. Nothing over here yet, just a lot of weeds I got to pull out. So I'll get that taken care of. Right over here, everything is doing well. Again, I got weeds coming up, so I have to weed it. The radishes, these were the half cherry bell, half French breakfast, are doing well. We've got carrots are germinating in here. I got to pull those out. So again, just a reminder, if you don't, I'll link my other video up here where I use square foot gardening method for both of these garden beds here to maximize your harvest. Maximize your harvest if you have limited space is the best, I think, is the best way to use your spaces, to use square foot gardening. So I'll link to my video over here that I did for square foot gardening. So back to what's growing over here. So we got 2 squares of carrots. We got 2 squares of beets. Those are red beets and golden beets over there. We've got spinach over here. The bush beans I planted, the seeds must have been old because they didn't germinate. So I have to either replant that with beans, find a packet of beans, or just find something else to plant it in. Maybe I'll plant radishes, because these radishes are going to be ready. Where am I pointed? These radishes are going to be ready pretty soon. So once they're ready, I can plant another one and get another harvest of radishes. These are turnips over here. These are doing really well. More spinach over here. That's spinach right there. We got Swiss chard over here. Only 3. I did thin it out, but this one didn't take. I've got broccoli rabe over here. I got pak choi over here. I got lettuce all the way down here. And again, that section and these two over here didn't germinate for whatever reason. I've got dinosaur kale over there and here, otherwise known as Tuscan kale. And I've got red Russian kale growing over here, here, and here, and here. So those are the raised beds. Let's see the pots. So it's a little bit of a mess over here because I'm getting some work done over here, getting some mini splits installed over here. So I'm going to clean the rest of this up once that job's all done. But I've got 2 sweet peppers over here. I'll probably move that pot because I don't want anything blocking the mini split. So I'll just move that over there. So I got 2 Cubanelle sweet peppers. I've got a German queen tomato over there. Nothing in that pot yet. I got a Cherokee purple Mr. Stripey tomato over there. I've got my potatoes in here, the Russian Russian fingerling potatoes. I've got some extra dirt to put in there as the potatoes are grown, so that's almost full. Then I've got 3 other plants to put in here. I got a Ichiban eggplant, which is one of my favorites. And I have 2 pepper plants. I forgot what these are. So this is a cayenne and a Hungarian wax. So let's head over there and see what's growing on that side. I'll make sure I don't step in any poop because I didn't do a poop patrol. Strawberry tower is doing pretty good. Let me turn you around. Strawberry tower is doing all right. Some plants, strawberry plants survived. Some didn't. So I have to weed all this and pull all these plants out. But that's a strawberry plant that survived from last year. This one and this one survived from last year, and that one. There's a poop pile right there. I gotta go pick that up. This grape is growing. It's got to grow all the way up to here, so it's going to take a couple of years for that. My lemon tree, I don't know about the lemon tree. This is a Meyer lemon tree. It lost all its leaves in the winter. I'm giving it a shot, see if it comes back. I put some fertilizer in, and we'll see what happens. But the grapes, this grape is doing really well. This is a Marquette grape, and you can see right there, that is going to be grapes right there. If I could beat the birds, that is. There's another bunch over there, another over here, and if you look around, it's starting to rain again, rain a little harder. You can see that everything is growing here on the grapevine. All right, I have to do this quick because it's starting to rain again. I thought that the rain stopped, but it didn't. So might get some rain on your eyes over there. This is still a mess. I got to pull all this mugwort out of here. The rhubarb is growing over there. The gooseberry is growing over here. The Virginia creeper is taking over. The native trumpet vine, honeysuckle, is growing well. The native is growing up over here. One of these, my climbing roses died, so I'm going to pull this out and put a native clematis, Virgin's Bower, over here. The pear tree, so the pear tree did really well. So my pruning job, I think I did a really good job. So you see all of this new growth over here? This is going to grow to like 3 or 4 or 5 feet high. So this is what I'm going to prune out next year. But remember I told you the last video, let me try to find those fruiting spurs. Here, take a look over here. The fruiting spurs. So this is where the fruit is. So we've got 2 pears right there. We've got another bunch of pears right there. And these are those, it's a little hard to see with all these leaves, but that's the fruiting spur. So like next year, I'm trying to find one that could potentially be a fruiting spur next year. This is probably going to be a fruiting spur next year. And I would prune this because this is now going to grow all the way. So I'm just going to snip that in the early spring of next year, and hopefully that will become a fruiting spur. Here's some more pears over here. So this really did well. It got pollinated very well. And there's a whole bunch right down there, right over there. And fun fact about pears, pears don't ripen on the tree. They ripen off the tree. So you have to take the pear when you think it's ready, when the stem is just a little bit dried out a little bit, just flip it up. And if the stem pops off, then it's ready to pick. You put it inside on the counter and let it sit for about a week, and it ripens off the tree. So pears do not ripen on the tree. If you wait for a pear to ripen on the tree, too late, it'll be rotten. So that won't be a good thing. We've got our all of our fig trees are growing. It seems like there is some new growth right there. So I'm going to prune this right about over here. But all of this growth is coming from the roots. Same with that one. That one is just popping out some growth, and that one is popping out some growth too. But I'm going to try to do a better job covering them next year, because although it was a really bad winter, so it did kind of freeze down to the top there. We've got our raspberries and mugwort, but the raspberries are doing really well. Raspberries are blooming, so we're going to get raspberries right there. We've got some new growth coming up over here, and the blackberries are doing really well. The pruning job was great, because now I have all of this, so I could just walk through here, and all of the fruit is going to be right here. Hopefully the birds won't get at it, but I will be able to reach all of this. And here is a flower right there that is going to bloom and make some berries right here. So in about a couple of weeks, this is all going to be covered in flowers. Oh, there's more poop over there. Flowers and blackberries. So in about a month, we'll get some blackberries, which is going to be great. And then our asparagus bed is doing really well. I didn't pick any asparagus from here, so I'm just going to let it grow, let the ferns grow. I'm going to fertilize the asparagus at the end of the season to make sure that we get a good harvest, because I'll start harvesting next year. And then the last fig tree is over here. This is growing right there, which is good, because this was one that I really wanted to grow. This is a Brooklyn white. I like the green white figs and the purple ones too, but my favorite is the green ones. And then over here, I got some sunflowers that I planted from seed, keeping it elevated for that rabbit. And then over here, I've got an experiment for this year. You know, every year you got to grow something new and different. So this year I'm growing native tobacco, not that kind of tobacco, but the actual tobacco. And no, I'm not going to process it and make cigarettes or cigars or anything, because that's way too much work. But that's just a quick tour of the homestead and what's growing here. So this is Tom from the Tom Parsley channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on all the socials. We'll chop this up into shorts, and I'll see you on the next video.